Get ready for some reading.
One of the things that has been essential for us building our homestead, and one of the things that we've been asked most about is how did we learn to do all of this, and what books would you recommend? These are the books that we used. All the way back in the beginning, we used these books. Some of you have been wondering how we're building this house. These are some of the books that we're using here. I will link to these books down in the description below, but each of these books has something that the other book doesn't. And so this book right here has some really good information on actually laying out the groundwork before you actually build the house. This one right here doesn't have as much practical advice, but it's got a lot of technical information, right? Especially like with design. And so as you're designing things, right, it gives you the measurements for what things ought to be, like stairs and hallways and stuff, minimum requirements, and then what's actually recommended. And then it goes into meeting the code. And so it talks about the code and some of the key things that you probably want to know about the code and as it pertains to that section, right? So that was the roofing or the framing section. This is the sheathing section. So it goes through and talks about all the technical information that you might want to know. There are span charts for girders and headers and floor joists and ceiling joists, all that kind of stuff, so you can figure out what size joists you need, what size girders you need, what size headers you need. All in this book right here. This one doesn't have it though. This book right here it's really good in its graphic design and layout, as in like it's just really simple to read. Has a lot of good pictures that show how to do different things. So here, laying out your footer and your stem wall and different types, right? This one right here has a little keyed footer. This one no keyed footer. Where your rebar goes and how it should be in there. Then it shows you right here, like what it ought to look like in the wall. This one right here also has a chart about floor joists and spans for those, depending on what type of wood you're actually using. All right, so right here, right, is the different floor joist systems, right? You got lap, these are kind of like a splice joint. And then this one right here is actually the one that we did, right? As you watch this build ours. And so it's with joist hangers. And it is to have, right, the most space under your subfloor. This is the kind of the historical model of how it used to be done. Anyway, lots of great information in all of these books right here. So you already saw these 3 books mentioned earlier, but we have added to our collection other books. These 3 would be the most important, I would say, for framing.
Yeah.
If you really know nothing at all, then this is a great book right here. And again, we will link to all of these books and all of the things that we've been talking about in this video in the description down below, or the QR code that is going to be popping up on the screen occasionally. But this book right here, super great for all the way back to the basics of how a standard wood framed house is built.
There's even pictures.
With lots of pictures, guys. Pictures are important. This book right here is a little bit more technical in its information, but still a really great book. Then we get into another 2 books that are extremely important, but come
further down the road.
Yeah, further down the road, right? Like wiring a house. That's important, right? If you don't want to hire an electrician, you go through this book right here and it tells you how to wire a house, the different circuits that you need for different rooms and all of that kind of stuff. Very important. And the next one is the guide to plumbing, guys. So,
also very important.
You know, how to plumb your house, but it also goes into a lot more detail about certain types of plumbing, like faucets and things like that. In the beginning, of course, you're going to be most concerned with your drain lines, how to run your drain lines properly, and your supply lines.
Yeah.
But then, you know, once you go further down the road, you want to know how to plumb in that kitchen sink.
Yeah, so like lots of homework, but oftentimes during the process of building, these books would be open and we would be referencing them. So super, super important to have.
One of the first things that we think is essential for starting a homestead, clearing land, cutting firewood is
a chainsaw.
That's right, a chainsaw, guys. And this chainsaw is actually really great.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite tools.
We got it, I don't know, it's been probably a couple years now, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
At least 2 seasons of cutting wood.
Yeah, you can see the evidence from how dirty it is.
It's been well used, Dan, for sure. But it's a DeWalt battery-powered chainsaw. Yep. It's, super light?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I love it, is because it's very light and it's very quiet.
That's right, check this out.
Yeah.
Super quiet, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably still use like ear protection, but you don't have to. No. That's how quiet it is.
Yeah, it's not a toy. It's a serious chainsaw. I mean, we cut down a lot of stuff with it. I am thoroughly impressed with this saw, man. It works so good, and it's so quiet. I just cut a 12-inch round log, the second one I've cut. Plus, I've been using it all morning, cutting limbs and stuff. The battery lasts a long time. What are we at? We still got 2 bars. 2 out of 3 bars right now. I like it, man. Whoa, good job, dude. Pretty easy, huh?
Yeah, this is nice.
It's way nice.
Super quiet.
Girls can use it too.
Girls can We've heard from several friends and subscribers that they have actually purchased this chainsaw and also really love it. So it makes a super good gift.
One little tip with this saw, just so that you're aware of it, you want to store it with the blade up.
Otherwise, it makes a big mess.
Yep, otherwise it makes a big mess. The oil leaks out of it. You put oil in it just like a regular chainsaw. You just don't have to put the gas in it. Great chainsaw, but if you need a little bit more power and want to cut a little faster, you need to upgrade to a bigger
gas-powered
chainsaw. This is the one we've used. This is the first chainsaw we've had.
Yeah, but I don't really like it.
Oh, not? Why don't you like it?
Same reason why I like the DeWalt. This is heavy and it's also very noisy.
Yep.
And also it's kind of difficult to start. Yeah. It kind of only likes Smarty.
Yeah, sometimes, right? I mean, right when you're looking at this guy or this guy, and it's so much easier just to pick up the battery one and go cut stuff.
Yep.
You know, as long as you have enough batteries. You probably want to have like 3 batteries for this, for like all day cutting, where you can rotate your batteries out, charging them. But when you want to get a lot of work done, it's this guy.
Yeah. Another great gift for your homesteading family member would be an automatic chicken door.
It was super easy to install. We did a whole installation video on this thing. It didn't take any time at all.
No, and you guys, I really just love being able to just program it and not have to come out and open it up every morning and close them up every evening. It just is automatic. But you can also manually open it. There's buttons right here to manually open it as well.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like that.
And what's really cool about this too is not only does it open and close automatically, right? Because we're kind of like, I don't know, are we like lazy chicken people?
We're modern homesteaders. That's what we are.
Right. When this thing goes down, then
it locks.
It's locked, right? So a raccoon cannot get in there.
Yeah, we don't have raccoons right here where we are, but we do have like bobcats, we do have neighborhood dogs, and so it locks them in, and so there's no outside access for any critters.
They're totally secure in here. So if you're watching on the TV, we've got a QR code right up there on the screen. Just take your smartphone out, hit the camera app, and point it at your screen, and it will see that QR code, and it will take you to all of the links of all of the things that we're sharing in today's video. All right, chickens, we'll see you later. The next thing that we think is extremely important to have on the homestead and would make an excellent gift is the EcoFlow solar generators.
Yeah, we use them a lot.
We use them a lot. And they also have their accompanying solar panels that go along with it. Jules, I think it would be really cool for us to jump into the Wayback Machine and go look at our initial thoughts of the EcoFlow solar generators.
Let's do it.
All right. We come around to this side right here, and this is actually the charging side. So right here we've got our 110 coming in, and then this is for our solar panels and the car charger. Around the back side here we've got the AC on button. Hold that. That light comes on and it turns on, and then you can plug in these kind of plugs into here like that. Okay, so you don't need any kind of adapter. There's a hole right here for the ground plug. And of course right down here is the 12-volt car outlet. The first thing I'd like to test out here is whether or not this will actually charge my MacBook Pro here, 15-inch MacBook Pro. It says that we can charge for about 49 hours, 47. Get some fluctuation there. All right, so that's good. It will charge my MacBook Pro. That's an important part to me. Let's go ahead and put it under a pretty serious load and see how it handles that. Go ahead and click this guy up to low. And we're using, 475 watts. It says it'll go for 2 hours at this pace. Let's go ahead and click it up to high. Seems to be running it just fine. We're actually only running it at 1648 watts, so below what the appliance is actually rated for. And it says it'll do it for 38 minutes. Neither one of those two tests were really groundbreaking. Of course, it should be able to run a hairdryer and charge up a MacBook Pro, but we're gonna take it out to the tool shed, put it under some other tests. Most of my tools are all cordless. And of course, this guy right here would be able to charge all of those batteries. But I do have a table saw and a chop saw here that we're gonna go ahead and test out. All right, flip this guy on. Oh, it's an instant fail. It will not run it. This guy's rated right here at 120 volts, 15 amps, which is 1800 watts. Let's just check the bottom of this guy again right here real quick. And we notice that it is rated for 1800 watts with a surge of 3300 watts. So apparently the surge on this bad boy is more than the inverter can handle. What about an electric chainsaw? This guy is only rated at 8 amps. Now this could actually be pretty cool. We do a lot of limb trimming around here, far away from our generator shed and our solar shed. And so to be able to take a portable unit out with an extension cord and be trimming trees, that'd be pretty cool. Go ahead and plug our extension cord into here. We got our saw plugged into our extension cord here. Let's hope it works. It works, man. Let's see how well it'll cut through this 2x6 and see if it doesn't trip then. No problem there. Let's check and see how many watts that's actually using. That seemed to add about another 100 watts or so to the draw on the saw, which is going to decrease the amount of time you can cut for, but I still think it's pretty practical for that.
If you have been watching our channel for a while, you've probably seen EcoFlow solar generators in a lot of our videos, even if we're not mentioning them, because they are a tool that we use a lot. And we rerun different tools with it, but we also run our internet with it.
Yeah, and a security system.
And our security system, yeah. So it's a tool that we really actually use and love.
Some of the tools that we use this guy for that we didn't actually show in that initial response video, that some of the tools that Jules was talking about that you've seen is our cement mixer. We ran our cement mixer off of this.
That was cool.
Which is pretty amazing. We also run the Bulldog for like drilling holes in concrete. Works really great for that. You know, like you saw in the video, it won't power some of your super big 15 amp power tools. Yeah. But guys, they make bigger solar generators than this if you want one, right? Yeah. They got little ones all the way up to really big ones. So they've got something that'll meet the needs of what you have. You just got to figure out what you need.
These things actually make super good gifts. And as you would expect right now, EcoFlow is having a huge sale until the 26th of December. there are, what is it, like up to 50% off?
Up to 50% off right now. And there's actually a coupon code on the screen and a link down below as well, where you can get even more discounts off of EcoFlow's solar generators or portable power stations.
It's a good time to take advantage of that sale.
Right now is a great time.
It looks like a battle is about to ensue here.
It is. It is the battle of the cordless tools.
We got DeWalt versus Ryobi.
Yes, guys, 2 of the cordless tool systems that we use. And we started off using Ryobi. It built pretty much the whole first part of our house. Check this out. It went out the window.
Nobody down there? Nope.
I think it's dead finally.
Oh, our poor
Ryobi finally bit the dust.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, it stinks bad.
Almost done too with the floor.
Yeah, we have such a small section.
But I gotta say, man, it did a good job. I mean, this was a used tool when it came to us. We built that entire cabin with it and most of this garage with it, plus stairs and that whole shed right down there we built with this. I mean, it's done really well, but it's finally bit the dust.
Even though that skill saw died on us, we went and purchased another one. I just really, really like Ryobi for a lot of different reasons, but the main reason is because of the battery system. I find it a lot easier to remove the batteries and replace the batteries on the Ryobi rather than the DeWalt. That's my preference.
It really is easier. You have to have a little bit more strength in your hands for the DeWalt and the Ryobi. I mean, you can see there's a really big difference.
Yeah. A few of the things that aren't included in the kit that we did purchase is this guy, and that way you can reach in,
Yeah, reach into like in between your studs and drill holes for wiring, things like that.
So this one came in handy. And also we purchased extra this sander, which we did to sand our countertops up in the apartment.
When we were drilling holes for our electrical in the apartment, a friend of mine had this exact same DeWalt drill. And I was using the Ryobi drill. It's like, with the Ryobi, he's like, so fast with this thing, man, so powerful. And so that that made me say, I want to switch to DeWalt.
Yeah.
So we bought one of the more complete DeWalt kits, but one of the tools that didn't come with it was the sheetrock screw gun, which is pretty nice for hanging sheetrock. It has where you can put your hand in like this, and then you squeeze it with these fingers down here, and you'll putting screws in. Another one was, it's like a router, but it's used for cutting out around boxes.
That's helpful.
Yeah, and so we got this tool here as well.
Yeah.
But, and this one here is not really a tool, but it's more like for entertainment. The Bluetooth guy here, you just put a battery in the back. See, it's kind of difficult to get out.
Like, you have to be a little violent with it.
But yeah, this guy works really good. Let's do a lot of audiobooks and podcasts.
While
with
we're
this
working.
guy. Yeah, while we're working.
Well, we're working and not filming.
Exactly. Or we're filming just a time lapse for you guys.
Yeah.
But we will put links to all of this stuff down below. They're both really good. If you're just starting out and you don't really know what you want, probably the Ryobi kit would be the way to go.
Hooray! The next on our list is actually my least favorite tool.
Yes, but you really are good at using it.
Put it in the big bucket. There you go. Coffee.
Pocket, H-clips. I need to put the H-clips somewhere. Maybe I should have all the liquids in one pocket.
There you go.
And then H-clips over here.
See if anything's gonna fall out while you go up there.
I hope not.
Yeah, man, everything stayed in. You even got your coffee up there with you now. So how's that tool belt working out for you?
It's working out great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got access to everything, including my coffee.
Sweet, dude. Can I have a drink too?
It's coming your way.
Ready. Oh, thank you. That one way over there in that very corner right there. All right. Safety Sally says you're not being safe. No. Oh, dude, please don't.
Right there?
Yeah, but you're at too much of an angle. Bring it back in some. There you go.
Let me squeeze the trigger.
Okay. Just bring it in some and there. Yep.
Right there.
Yep. Yep. Oh. You did it. Wow.
Got it?
Yep.
Here, take the gun. And then I need a hammer. I think my coffee's falling out of the pocket. Can you grab the coffee? Save the coffee! Oh, Seth.
You could build an entire house with a hammer and nails, but guys, this is modern homesteading, and so we're using a pneumatic nail gun. This DeWalt one has done great for us. Yeah. We haven't treated it the best.
Maybe not.
We've dropped it a lot, but it still continues to work just like it's supposed to. There are a lot of other brands out there that you could go with. We've enjoyed this one and recommend this one. Don't forget though that this is a pneumatic nailer, so you need an air hose that hooks onto here and a compressor to run it.
It's not my favorite tool, but Sarah actually really enjoys this.
Yeah, Sarah's doing great with the nail gun.
I don't know. I don't know, I just don't like the feeling of the air.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, like you could shoot your eye out or something.
Or shoot your partner.
Shoot your partner maybe. Put a nail in somebody.
Yeah.
All right, so, but it is way faster than using a hammer, way better on your joints and all of that. So if you are going to be building, highly recommend you get a nail gun, and we like this one.
Water. Water is king on the homestead.
Yes, not actually a tool that you use to build your homestead.
But vital for life.
But vital, for sure. And this right here is our water filter that we've used for many years.
Yeah.
If you don't have clean drinking water on your property, then this is something that you're definitely going to want to have.
And we didn't have clean drinking water for the majority of the time that we've lived on this property.
That's right. We actually made a video where we talk all about this and give you a lot of information about it. So I'll let you go ahead and see that right now.
So we're pumping her now, filling her up, and it's still coming out like chocolate milk. I'm gonna show you how to purify this water and make it drinkable. And we're gonna do it using this filter right here. This filter we have been using for years. We used it in Indonesia. It filtered all of our drinking water for our family for about 5 years in Indonesia. We brought it back with us here and we continue to use it on our homestead. Let me just show you here real quick. See how dirty it is? That's stained because we used it all the time in Indonesia. These are the 3 filters that are gonna purify our water. It's gonna drip right out of here. This guy right here, clean white, not stained like this one, right? That's, you can tell, there's a difference here, right? Water comes out clean. So basically, this is where the drinking water goes. This is where the water that you want to filter goes. So we're just gonna dip out of here with a pot. Start putting it in. It'll filter everything out, basically, to make it drinkable. And this right here with all 3 filters in there, it will filter 10,000 gallons. All right, so we're kind of stirring it up. The water's getting browner. But one of the things that I wanted to mention about this filter that I like about it is you can see the water level. Just at a glance, you can see the water level. It's right here. Right, so you're just walking through the kitchen, you can look over at it while you're walking by and you can see where your water is. You can see that this one's empty. As it fills up, right, you'll be able to see the water line in it really easy. And so you don't have to come over and open it up to see how much water you have in it. Super dark brown up here, guys. Wow, look at it. That is, that's some coffee with creamer in it or something there. Those filters, right, they have silver impregnated in them to kill bacteria, protozoa, and other disease-causing agents, it says. But anyway, it does 150,000 liters. That is, that's a lot of water. It's been long enough to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and we're down that far on the top here. We've got this much water, right, which should be enough to go ahead and give it a taste test. Let me go ahead and lift this up, and you guys look down in here, okay? See, it's dripping down in there? Crystal clear, eh? Yep, it's crystal clear.
so this right here is the water that we put in the top. And here's the fresh, clean water coming out. Is that a big difference?
It's a huge difference.
This is what went in there. Go ahead and smell it. Smell it. See if it. Can you smell the difference?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, it smells like normal water.
Okay.
Tastes like normal.
Tastes like normal?
Tastes exactly like normal.
Tastes fine?
Yeah, tastes perfectly fine.
Huh. Alright, I'll give it a try. Let me smell. Let me do a smell here. Yeah, I don't smell a difference either. Nasty water. It's a safe, clean drinking water.
So this would make a super, super good gift, a very practical gift for anyone who is setting out to build a homestead and doesn't have access to clean water.
Yeah, or just for preparedness people.
Oh, yeah.
Right, just to have it, put it away in case, right, you don't have clean drinking water in the future. You've always got a way to filter a lot of drinking water.
Yeah, and we're not getting rid of this.
No, we're not. We're keeping this.
It's one of our best friends.
The last essential tool that we want to share with you today comes in this really fancy brown case. This is the SOG multi-tool, and as you can see by the case, right, I have been wearing it and using it for a long time. I really like this tool right here because it is big, it is heavy, and you can actually really do work with it. It actually does replace different tools. It also has, if you notice these gears right here, it has a lot more power when holding something or cutting something because of these gears and just the way it's designed. It has a lot of tools inside of it, right, that they can be used for a variety of different things. Files, can openers, screwdriver, some type of awl and kind of drill, has a saw. And you know, all of these are actually useful tools. And I'll tell you what, one thing about SOG that I really enjoy is I have broke this screwdriver twice by using it improperly. And I dulled the file also by kind of using it improperly. I wrote them and I asked them how I could get new ones, and they just sent it right to me. They didn't ask any questions, they just sent it. Oh, another feature that's really cool is this lock right here, so that it locks into place and then it doesn't close on your hand when you're using it. Here on this side, we've got a pair of scissors. These are actually pretty useful scissors. Then we've got a knife as well as a screwdriver and bottle opener. But you can see here on the knife, we actually do use it. We've got a lot of black rubbery stuff on there. This particular one that I got, this version, it came with this right here, and this is like a little socket driver thing, so you could put little like 1/4-inch sockets on there and use it for turning nuts and bolts. But see the blade locks, and it cannot close on you. There are other brands out there, such as the Leatherman, the Gerber, Swiss Army makes one. I would go with one of those brands. Personally, I really like this one the best, but don't get one of those cheap, inexpensive, you know, Walmart ones or Chinese ones. They're not going to perform the way that you want them to. They're going to bend. They're not going to crimp very tight. The teeth in here aren't going to be sharp. The cutters are going to dull fast. The tools aren't going to be made very well. So get a good one if you're going to be getting one that you actually want to use in the future.
So that is our 2022 Essentials Gift Guide.
And we want to thank EcoFlow for sponsoring this video and making this whole thing possible. If you want to get the entire list of all of the tools we showed in the video today, there is a QR code on the screen. If you're watching on a TV, just take out your smartphone, click the camera app and point it at the screen. It will take you right there. Or there is a link down in the description below. We also picked out this video right here for you to go ahead and watch next. We hope you guys have a really great day.
And keep smiling.